Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2022 Netflix original film Carter. So this is 2 hours and 15 minutes. It should have been an hour and a half. 45 minutes of this film is irrelevant. And it's confusing because this guy, Carter, right, played by Ju Won. I can't pronounce his name. South Korean actor. He's been in a ton of projects. Incredible performer. He did an amazing job with this character. Tons of action, great action. Um, it starts out with this guy Carter, who is being called Carter, and he has no memory, and he doesn't know who he is or where he is, but he knows like his muscle memory. He knows how to fight, and he knows how to defend himself and stuff. And so it's a matter of, is he a spy for the U.S. via CIA? Is he a spy via North Korea? Is he a spy via South Korea? It's all over the place. Each government wants him for various reasons, because he was with this government for a while, he was in that government for a while, he was in this government for a while, doing stuff. But the point of the stuff is because there's this virus that's out, which basically turns these people into these zombie creatures. But it's more of a aggressive, I'm going to rip you apart and all the hair falls out and stuff, right? So then you have the plot of Last of Us thrown in the mix, where the scientist's daughter happens to be the only one in the planet who has the cure in her bloodstream to cure everybody's virus, and Carter has to get her from South Korea to North Korea, and the process of getting there. But CIA is still involved because they want him back and stuff, but it's just weird because part of it is a spy film, and then part of it is a escorting the child across the country film, and then the other part of it is a science fiction film in regards to this zombie virus outbreak. So it's a problem because it doesn't know what kind of film it wants to be, and that's why it was so long. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes. It has no purpose of being that. Pick a genre, pick one of those genres, stick to it, and it would have been fine. So I had a ton of problem with this story because it was just very all over the place. Like, you have people going about their normal average day as this virus is around. And I'm like, what why? Huh? What? I had high hopes for this in the beginning of this because how it starts out. He wakes up, all he has is one of those bathhouse kind of thongs that you wear at bathhouses, and he winds up fighting the CIA agents and leaps across the building and into the bathhouse, across massive bathhouse. Hundreds of guys who are just being obliterated by this knife that he has, by this gun he gets, and it's a bloodbath, literal bloodbath. There's blood in the bath of the bathhouse. It was insane, absolutely insane. And I was like, yo, this action is incredible. And then we get into the street, and then we're having this car chase, and then we're having this motorcycle chase, and then there's this amazing shot where he comes out of this building, and it's this weird scaffolding stuff, and the camera pans down, but then swoops up and then pans down again, and I'm like, oh, they use drones for a lot of this. And then there's a lot of drone use with the car scenes, and then there's a lot of drone use with filming underneath the trucks and then going and coming out. And I was like, I haven't seen this before. That's pretty cool. These camera tricks with the drone usage, very incredible. And then halfway through the film, the CGI just goes to crap. It's very blocky and choppy, and it looks like these stock explosions just from a JPEG. And I'm like, what's happening? Because the first part of this film is clearly very different from the second part. Nothing to do with it in regards to quality. And I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what happened because the first half looked great. It looked authentic. It looked real. It lured me in. It did its job. And then the second half, visually speaking, the graphics were just absolute trash. I don't understand it. So I'm conflicted because the action was absolutely incredible, impeccable. And then you have the drone usage, the cinematography aspect of it, just swooping with these camera pans, and it was just going through the hills and the mountains and stuff. It was wonderful. It was gorgeous. Gorgeous versus trash. And a lot of this was trash. The conflicting story, the bad CGI, the over-exaggerated plot point, which corresponds to the bad story. But I don't know how to talk about this because I have to praise the incredible action and cinematography aspect, but I have to bring out certain points. The story made no sense, and the visual effects were trash with regards to the second half. How do I say this was great and terrible at the same time? I don't know how to do it, but we watched it. It was on our list. It was an experience. Should have never been 2 hours and 15 minutes. Should have been an hour and a half. Would have been perfect. Cut out a lot of the story. Decide what kind of genre it's supposed to be. But bro, that bathhouse scene is one of my favorite fight scenes in any film. And it's, how do I tell people that? How do I say, you have to see this one scene and that's it? That's all you need to see. You don't have to see the rest of the movie. Just watch this one scene. Where on the flip side, when I tell people about the Kingsman fight scene, 2014's Kingsman, that Kentucky church fight scene that Colin Firth is a part of, that is by far my favorite fight scene in any film ever. And that 4 minutes of Freebird, it's just glorious. But that's a glorious film. So I could say, watch this scene in this amazing movie, and it's great. This, on the flip side, I can't do that. I have to say, watch this amazing scene in this movie. Weird, bro. I feel conflicted. I feel conflicted. Carter, 2022 Netflix original film. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.